Hi, I'm Dr. Katie Clark from the Altadena Library District Board of Trustees. I'm so honored to be here with you today. I'm genuinely surprised, and most of all, I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to serve as president of this board during a uniquely challenging year. Now, I don't have to tell you that 2020 was a rough year for all of us in a lot of different ways. And while I have the tremendous honor of receiving this award, you should know that this past year represented a huge collective, collaborative, and community-driven effort. So from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to thank all of the wonderful partners and collaborators and advisors and neighbors and local businesses, my fellow trustees, and most of all, our incredible library staff and our wonderful district director. We came together during some pretty challenging circumstances, and we were able to achieve some pretty remarkable things. In November of 2020, we were able to pass here in Altadena with 73% of the vote, a ballot measure that will allow us to finally make our beautiful historic library buildings accessible to everybody in the community. This is something that is long overdue, that has been the challenge of many successive library administrations and boards, and it was a great opportunity to really get it done. It also means that we have ensured a stable and sustainable source of funding for our public libraries here for the next generation. Now, this would not have been possible without the unwavering support of some of our greatest library advocates here, and that's the Altadena Library Foundation and the Friends of the Altadena Library. We have looked for a long time at what it would take to, bring our libraries to the standard they need to be and to really make them accessible. And what we didn't count on was trying to make that happen for a big, complex ballot measure campaign during a global pandemic. But we came together and we did it. And it is really a testament to the creativity and the imagination of the entire Measure Z team that we were able to pull it off. It was a lot of Zoom meetings, a lot of emails and phone calls and shouting at each other from the car to the driveway to somebody else's front steps. But we figured it out, and we were able to talk to voters. We were able to talk to our friends and neighbors. And in the end, Altadena really came together and said, yeah, public libraries, and especially these public libraries, are something worth investing in. And for that, we are so appreciative. But 2020 was about more than just our ballot measure. It was about showing up for our constituents and our community in new ways and trying to provide library services in new and challenging circumstances. And so we really recommitted to our philosophy of listening and connecting through our community conversations, through our community asset mapping efforts. We have been deepening our partnerships, and we're finding that it gives us the chance to let those voices of our neighbors really shine through in our programs, in our services, and even in our building designs. We care about providing what the community actually needs and meeting people where they really are. And sometimes that looks like books and programs, and sometimes it looks like a lot of other things too. It looks like our growing library of things, our roving Curiosity Connection bookmobile. It looks like our mobile hotspot lending library, at having Wi-Fi access in our library parking lots, or letting people pick up their printing from our curbside services. It means figuring out how to provide what people need in shifting public health conditions, and really coming back to our mission of connecting people and ideas, even if we have to do that from a little bit further apart than we'd like to. Being an advocate for the importance of public libraries in our community and having the opportunity to shape policy going forward, it's a tremendous privilege. And to get to do that in a community as special as Altadena is really a gift. And I can tell you that even when we disagree about logistics or solutions or next steps in complex problems, and if you know Altadena, I can assure you that we do disagree, and sometimes at very high volumes. our town is one that really cares. It cares about people. We care about our neighbors. We care about the power of ideas, and we care about the freedom of expression and the freedom of thought and the freedom of access that public libraries really stand for. So thank you for this recognition. Thank you for the opportunity to talk a little bit more about my favorite subject, our public libraries here in Altadena. And to all my neighbors and my friends and my colleagues, thank you for the opportunity to serve this community.